Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm Revel No Shorty. Today we're going to be talking about the brand new Amazing Spider-Man issue 1, because there's another Amazing Spider-Man issue 1. And Amazing Spider-Man is a series where, like, no matter how many times I keep seeing it and trying issue 1s, it doesn't quite land for me. And there's also reasons why I don't think it ever will. The main reason why stuff doesn't land for me is this idea of the Parker look, which has been going on for a while now, and it feels like it's just an excuse for unrelenting badness to happen to this character, and that's not necessarily great in its own way. Don't get me wrong, the reverse would also be quite boring if, like, there's no threat, no drama, no trauma, no chance of anything really getting in the way of him doing what he wants to do. That would be boring Mary Sue kind of writing. But when you have this character who's known for being funny and quippy and charming and having just nothing but bad things happen to him, like every chance of happiness taken away, it kind of just bugs me. Add on to that the fact there's an awful lot of comic book fans who are, well, Amazing Spider-Man fans, who seem to either A, want that to happen, or B, feel like it all went wrong because of one very certain specific event that happened in Spider-Man's past, and think, if we just change that, then everything will be okay. And I'm like, no, there's editorial issues going on here, and I think they're going to always be an issue. At least I always thought that way, but this one by Joe Kelly does go a different way. We start the story, and I am going to do a bit of plot reveal here, so apologies if you don't want that. Go and read the comic book first, as always. But we do get him going for job interviews, and these are used as a way of running down all the bad things that happened to him over recent years. Some of which even I know from my just vague awareness, I guess, through osmosis of what happens to Amazing Spider-Man. But it's done in a way that is more shown than told. Yes, you have dialogue explaining what's happened, but it's done in world. It's not just exposition. It's not just like a flashback to all these terrible things. It's literally Parker trying to find a way to spin these as positives, but it's done in humorous ways. One of the people who gives him a job interview only wants him there to give him crap for the fact that he invested a lot of money in a company which went under. But it then gets turned its head a little bit because an old friend from school has kind of put his neck on the line a little bit to try and get Parker an interview for a really good job. But then, wouldn't you know it, Rhino is rampaging through the city and Parker has to go and save him. You're like, oh, okay, so this is just, that thing again. But no, this guy's a really good friend, and he understands that Parker had to disappear for whatever reason. Maybe it was nerves, maybe he had diarrhea, who knows. And he's like, nah, cool, man, come back tomorrow, we'll get it all sorted out. And it's like, oh, right, okay, so we're not just going for nothing but bad things. Throw into the mix that what happened with Rhino is actually, like, plot seeding some other stuff that's going on. We have some, like, shadowy conspiracy stuff happening, which ties into what was going on with Rhino, which gives Parker his reason to go and investigate. And it also looks amazing. Pepe Larraz? Do apologise for mispronouncing that surname. His artwork is brilliant for this comic book. When we see the Rhino turn up, it's a fantastic double-page splash. It looks amazing. The colours are fantastic. It's dynamic. It's vibrant. There's a joy to it, and I feel like that joy is kind of instrumental to what we get out of Amazing Spider-Man. In one of the backstories is John Romita Jr. doing some artwork, and I know he's quite a popular artist, but he is not my thing at all. Keep Pepe Larraz on. He's absolutely amazing. In fact, there's another bit later on. Just a single panel of, like, Spider-Man going through the city at night, mostly used as exposition to have a little bit of, like, time to see him going from place to another, explaining why he's doing it. But it's one of the most beautiful panels of comic book I've seen in years. It's fantastic. It's nighttime New York City from ground level. Up in the distance you see Spider-Man traversing as he does. But it's this really nice, dark setting, fantastic three-point perspective, really good use of colours, either a warm glow from inside a 24-hour shop, the bright glare of neon or LED car lights reflected off the dark pavement. It's wonderful. It's exceptionally well done, and his artwork is brilliant. I really hope Marvel keep him on for a while, but who knows, it's Marvel. The only other thing that kind of stops me going for Marvel, specifically Marvel Spider-Man books, is Marvel seem to think that Spider-Man fans, particularly Amazing Spider-Man fans, are infinite cash cows. And this comes across in a number of ways. Not only are their issue ones usually always way bigger, the ongoing is usually the $5 price point rather than the $4, but they have a tendency to make oversized comic books whenever they have the opportunity, either because it's a legacy number, which is big, important, or just marketable, or it's the actual ongoing number, which is. They also have a tendency to do the issue 27 point whatever, which apparently is just another thing you need to get to keep up with the story. They're far more likely than most other Marvel titles to put this one in as a weekly for a month or two. Don't get me wrong, this happens elsewhere. You get Batman Eternal or Action Comics, which will occasionally go for a weekly little break. But for Marvel, it's Spider-Man through and through when we get that. So even if you had a fantastic writer, and Joe Kelly is a really good writer, and a fantastic artist, like Pepe Larraz, who is absolutely brilliant, I'm far more likely to wait and pick him up in trade than have to put up with every few months another oversized, or every week several issues, and I don't think Marvel are handling Spider-Man well in ways that is going to make it easy for people to jump on, especially not if your comic book guy is somebody who knows how bad they can be and doesn't mind telling people that. That's it for me now, though. Until I see you all again, look after yourself, everyone. Stay safe. Bye!